Hey guys, long time no see. This is Dart Guy here. I got a new deck I've been messing around with lately. Um, it is probably one of the most favorite decks that's come out in a hot minute. It is very fun. I went 3-1 at my last locals with it. I only lost to Voiceless Voice. And because I drew so bad and I forget their cards do stuff when I super poly. So, on that note, I'm going to get right into the deck. Hope you guys enjoy the video and also the deck. Give it a shot. The deck this time is going to be my girl Yubel. Yep. Ever since the new support came out, I've got the cards together, threw the deck together, and it is phenomenal. I enjoy this deck so much. I don't play it like most others do, and you're about to see that. Yeah, this is Spirit of Yubel. She is the heart and soul of the deck, really. So she can, when she's special summoned, you can add a card that mentions Yubel from your deck to your hand. Phenomenal. It's whenever she's special summoned. She also has a built-in special summon when your opponent declares an attack. You can special summon her. You take no battle damage from her, and she can't be destroyed by battle. So it's almost like a battle fader. Almost. Yeah, this card is so nice. Literally, this. Oh, I'm so glad they made this card. I'm so glad this archetype has actual archetypal support now. The next cards is going to be the OG Yubel stuff. I play all three of them. You go into all three of them fairly consistently. In my opinion, there's no reason not to play them, especially with the new support coming out in the next set as well, where this deck just gets so much stronger. But yeah, so if y'all haven't been playing as long as I have, came out in Phantom Darkness. Yubel is also, can't be destroyed by battle. Your opponent takes all the battle damage from the original Yubel. She has a maintenance at the end where you have to sack a dark monster. That's not really an issue with this deck. Second form, at the end of every turn, she dark holes, which is pretty nice. I haven't actually had a time where that come up because the game's ended before then. Then Ultimate Nightmare, same thing. She burns as well, but she also banishes the monster she battles. Very, very, very nice card. Also, I haven't really had an opportunity to utilize her, but it is what it is. Next card, another key piece of the deck is in brand new, Samsara Lotus. So, you contribute it to special summon a Yubel monster. You're pretty much always going to get Spirit. It also has the ability to, when it's in your graveyard and you control a Yubel, you can special summon it or add it to your hand, which is good for the original Yubel when you got to do the maintenance. But also, when it's on the field and you control Yubel, it's a technical monster effect negate. You just make it so your opponent has to destroy a Yubel monster. And you want your Yubels to be destroyed by card effects. So, it works out very nicely. So good. It's like, oh my god, I love this deck. Next, I got the 2 Dark Beckoning Beast. An extra normal summon for Samsara Lotus, if you got them both in hand. Also, it grabs Opening of Spirit Gates, which is another amazing card for this deck, just entirely. Opens up Link plays if you want to do that. I don't really play this deck too combo-y. I just play it pretty straightforward. I punch for reverse OTK with Yubel damage. I play 1 Geist Grinder Golem. A lot of decks aren't playing it. I like playing the 1 because it is searchable, and it also makes it so if your opponent's not summoning monsters whatsoever because they know how Yubel stuff works, you just give them 1. Yeah, there you go. And then you start ramming your stuff into him, just doing mass amounts of damage. Very nice. Next, I play just this one Unchained monster, Sharvara. I tried testing it with the other ones. The other ones kept on bricking in my hand every time I was testing with them. And also, the locals before, 2 locals ago now, I would just dead draw them. I'm like, wow, I can't do anything with these cards. So I took them out and have not missed them since. Keep the Sharvara in, because Sharvara is a quick effect just to get around stuff. And also destroys monsters. So you want you to pretty much just pop Yubel with him. I got some hand traps now. I've got 3 Ash Blossom. It sucks because, she is a fire. But you gotta play her. You gotta be able to stop stuff. I've thought about swapping it out for something else, but I can't. Ash is too good. And I'm only playing at locals anyway, so. And then, it's one of those decks. Yubel can play a round shifter very easily. It does not really bother this deck whatsoever. You have cards that can get stuff out of banished. And, let's just shut down the best deck in the game for a bit. And then counterplay. And then I round off the hand traps with 2 Nibiru. I was doing 3. I kept drawing 2 of them very often, and I know it's probably going to be the same, just because of my luck, but I'm doing 2 now. 3 I felt like was too much. I think 2 is fine. And then also, Nibiru is cheeky too with this deck because you can use your Yubels to ram into the token that, is probably massive and burn them for it. It's funny. Another key component of this deck, why this deck is so nice, is this card, Nightmare Pain. Nightmare Pain is so good. So you can pop a dark monster on the field or in your hand and search for a card that mentions Yubel. That's already amazing on its own, but it does more. It makes it so whenever your Yubel monster battles, your opponent takes all that damage instead. So with Spirit, it turns around like into a regular Yubel, but this also stacks with the original Yubel. So you can swing your original Yubel, or have them swing into your original Yubel, I'm sorry. They'll take that damage off Yubel, then this will trigger and they'll take more damage. Nightmare Pain, so good. Everyone's always in a hurry to get this card off the field, and for a good reason, because that burn damage is no joke. And this is a Yubel card, I don't care what anyone else says. Super Poly. Yeah, this card is very much so a Yubel card now, because there is a card that can search it specifically. There's no reason not to play this. The big boss monster is just Super Poly food. So, yeah, it's Super Poly. You love it or you hate it. I'm in the latter. Or the former, I should say, sorry. Prosperity, just because you need consistency. This is the best consistency card this deck has right now. Sure, you could run, like, Allure, but I haven't tested it, really. And Dig 6 is just so good. Especially considering my deck is a 45 card deck, so this card just makes it so it's just even better. I like it a lot more than Allure. Next is the opening of Spirit Gates. On activation, it searches Dark Beckoning. Also, keep in mind, on activation, you have to be able to search a Dark Beckoning beast. If you can't, you cannot activate that card. So that's just something to keep in mind. I do 2 and 2. Hasn't let me down yet, so it's not bad. And this is a card that can search out Super Poly. I play 1 of because it's all I've ever needed. I've never wanted more than 1. Every time a Yubel monster or a monster that mentions Yubel is summoned, you put a Chronicle counter on it. So, let me read this real quick because I forgot how many Chronicle counters do what. So, on 1, you can special summon Yubel from your grave. Note it says Yubel, not a Yubel monster, so it has to be the original one. 2, you can add one of your banished cards to your hand. It doesn't care if it's face up or face down, because it just says a banished card, so you just can get around Fenrir and stuff like that. 3, you can banish a card out of your deck. I haven't had to do that one yet. I'm sure there's something you can do with it that's fun. On 4, you can destroy 1 card on the field. Also pretty good. I haven't really had to go past 1 counter, really. On 5, you add Super Poly from your deck to your hand. So, it's Mature Chronicle. I like it at 1. I think it's fine at 1 of. Do the 1-for-1 because you want to get Lotus as soon as possible. Lotus is like one of the key components of this deck, and that's why you play the 1-for-1 so you can see it faster. Next is the Called by the Grave. Again, you want to see like your summon effects happen, like your Lotus and stuff, or even if you need to get a Prosperity off and they try to Ash or something. Like, it's called by the grave. Y'all know why it's in there and why it's in most decks. For the traps, I play 2 of Eternal Favorites. I actually thought I was playing 3, how often I was seeing this card. So, Eternal Favorite is so amazing. So, you can flip it up as a continuous trap. Its first effect is you can special summon a Yubel monster from your graveyard. That's awesome. It does more. You can also use it as a... oh, hang on that first part, neither player can activate cards or effects in response to that monster's summon. Pretty damn good. The second part of it, it's a pseudo super poly. I say pseudo because your opponents can respond to that one. So it's like, eh. It comes up in a pinch. And don't rely on that part, though. Just use it for the special summoning. That's really what it's there for. You play 3 infinite impermanents. I guess technically you put it in the hand traps, but I've always seen hand traps as like monsters. But yeah, infinite impermanents. You guys know why it's in decks. Don't gotta explain that too much. And this is why my deck is different from the others. So it's 45 cards because of these 5 cards. Y'all are gonna hate me a little more than before if you didn't like the super poly. But yeah, we do the summon limit, the rivalry, and the goes in. Yeah, because summon limit we can actually play pretty consistently well under 2 summons. Rivalry and goes in. Everything's dark and everything's fiend. All your good stuff is dark and all your good stuff is fiend. That's it. It's just floodgates to slow the game down a bit. Obviously, some matchups you want to side out one or the other because they're not good against every deck. Like I would side out goes in, say against fire. I would side out goes in, let's say against voiceless, because most of the time all their stuff's light, unless they're playing the brand and stuff, and even then it's like, oh no, you stopped like 1 card. So we get to the extra deck now. Most of the time I'm in my extra deck, it's just for super polying stuff. On the rare occasion, I will also like link, but most of the extra deck in here is just to get out of for prosperity. For big boss bitch, 3 loving defenders. So she cannot be destroyed by battle. She cannot be destroyed by card effects. When she is summoned, fusion summoned, she burns your opponent for 500 for each material used for her summon. When she battles, she banishes the monster that was battling with her. And I think they also get burned from this one as well. Yeah, they do. Card's insane. A big reason why I wanted to play the deck, obviously, is because of a new boss monster. But it's also Yubel, and I like I said, I don't know if I said it in this, but I'm a big GX fanboy, and any way I can play a GX themed deck, I will definitely try my best to play. I played Heroes for years, so back to the list. I got super poly targets. I got a Garura. I got the Dragostapelia. I got the Mud Dragon, and I also got Starving Venom. They're just super poly targets, really. Worst case scenario, you just banish them with Prosperity. None of them have really come up for me except for Mud Dragon, but they're in there because they can be, and they should be because we play super poly. I got 2 Xyz monsters, soon to be 3. I play the Gustav Max and the Juggernaut Lieb. If your opponent's not doing anything monster-wise, and you just want to, punch them, trains. Big trains with big guns on them. That is all. Next is the Link monsters. Like I said, I don't really Link summon in this deck. When I do, it's like, it's whatever. But play the Muckraker because she can reborn stuff for you. She's actually good. Play Phoenix because it's a fiend. It can also pop a spell or trap if you need to in a pinch. Play the Dark Charmer because all your stuff's dark. Play the Masquerena because I have space for her. And then I also play Unicorn so you can just do that classic combo. And I play Abomination. I want to put Access Code Talker in this deck. I'll get around to getting one, but yeah, that is my extra deck. I will go over my side deck as well. It'll change for everybody depending on your locals or what you're doing for your tournaments. But let me get mine out of my deck box real quick. Alright, so my side deck consists of... Make sure it's all in order of how I want it. Yep, there we go. So, I side deck 3 Lancia. This deck, as you were made aware, plays a lot of continuous stuff. So, Evenly is almost always coming in against this deck. Play Lancia as a straight up counter to Evenly. That's all. Next up is Triple Solemn Judgment. Again, it's an Evenly counter for me. I'm so paranoid against Evenly match that I play extra precautions against it. So I got the Solemns in if I'm going first. And I've got the Lancias in. Every time I've seen Solemn Judgment and Lancia, I've been in a pretty okay spot. I've only saw them a couple times, but... And, you know, it was every time. Next up is my Spell Trap 8. I got the Duster and I play 2 Cyclones. This works pretty fine. The Cyclones are nice for certain decks. I like putting them against fire and just like sniping their ST monster from Poplar or Flamebridge. Or I just like sniping their field spells. And Duster, you know, it's Duster. Why would you not play it? Or at least side it. So this deck has a funny... I'll get that to last. I'll save the best part for last. I also side the evenly matched. There's no reason not to. I mean, this is a battle phase deck, but you can... You'll live if you miss one battle phase. I promise you'll be fine. Then for the last part of my side deck, it just turns this deck into a pure OTK house because of what you go through, and that is 3 skill drains. So at first glance, people might be like, "Oh, that's kind of dumb. Why would you play skill drain and negate all your bells?" Now, here's the fun thing. So you play the skill drain with Yubel and Nightmare Pain. You remember Nightmare Pain? It makes it so they have to attack your Yubel and they take all the damage. So either you can do it on your turn or their turn, depending on the setup. But you just go through your Yubel stuff. They have a big dude out, they are getting OTK'd. If they have, let's see, I think it wants to be like 27, I think is the hotspot, 28. No, 28. 28 is the magic number. 2800 and higher. And you can just, oh no, 27 and higher. I'm sorry. Yeah. 27 and higher. And you are golden. Because if it's 26, obviously they'll be left with 25 points. You don't want that. So 27 and higher. And that's pretty consistent. Especially, I'm just going to use Fire as an example because it's so popular. Fire has Princess, which is 27. So, no, and they have Flamebird, which is also a big monster. It's just, yeah, why not have an extra OTK in the reserves, you know? And yeah, that was my Yubel deck, guys. I'm enjoying this deck a lot. I am constantly updating it and making changes to it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a shot if you're into that. It's really fun. I'm hoping I can do better this coming Sunday, which is 1 day from now. I'm sorry, because it's already Saturday. It is tomorrow. I'll update you guys on that. Maybe do another discussion. I haven't had a deck discussion in over a year. But alright, guys. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the fancy YouTube stuff. That would mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. I'm hoping I could get some more of these videos out. Maybe I've been playing Magic as well, so maybe I'll do some Magic stuff. But this is primarily Yu-Gi-Oh channel, so we'll see. But alright, guys, I appreciate anyone for watching. This is Dark Gaia. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see you later. Gotcha.